On my last video, I took the Greyhound bus 21 hours overnight from Darwin to Alice Springs. Today, I continue on my journey another 20 hours overnight to Adelaide. This is part 2. Hello from a very sunny Alice Springs. Or should I say, how's it gone? If you haven't seen last week's video, then you should stop right now and go back and watch it. We travelled from Darwin all the way to Alice Springs, not by this train, but by the Greyhound bus, which is also what I'm doing now, continuing on from Alice Springs to Adelaide, just like this train is just about to do. It's gonna stay here for a few hours and then head on to Adelaide. Not like me. I could have got on the next Greyhound like 3 hours later and I'd be on my way there now. I'm not going to spend 2 nights in a bus. I'm not that crazy. Alright, so I thought I should show you around the hotel. There's just a little small hotel room here. Bed and everything, and just like a little shower and toilet. I just woke up from a slumber. I had a couple of hours sleep. I'm gonna go maybe get a burrito for dinner. I'm not sure yet. I'll go for a quick walk, grab something to eat, and then come back and sleep, because I'll be sleeping on the bus again tomorrow, and 2 nights on buses in the space of 3 days is I need some sleep. So that's all. $125. That's not too bad. It's actually quite nice here for that amount of money. So I'll go get a burrito and I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Getting a coffee. My hotel here, the Diplomat, has a cafe in it. Coffee and a burger. Now to get going. We start the journey today at the same place we were dropped off yesterday, at the front of the Alice Springs Library. So my next bus to Adelaide leaves from here in about half an hour. This one is 20 hours. Last video I kept saying 23 hours, and up until last night I thought it was 23 hours. I don't know where I got that wrong, but daylight savings finished last week as well, so they've changed the departure time from 9:30 to 10:30 this morning to make up for that. Daylight savings doesn't happen here, but it does in South Australia, so the extra hour is good. I like that. It helps me out. I wasn't too sure about how I would feel with just one night, if I'd be feeling relaxed this morning, but I am. I'm feeling alright, so ready for another 20 hours on the road. Bus has arrived. The Greyhound service is just a regular coach, but the seat is fairly decent for a standard coach. It doesn't look like much, but it's comfortable, has a little bit of recline, and there's also a USB outlet to keep your devices charged. I have a feeling that this is the exact bus I was on 2 days ago.
Folks. So my name is Gordon, and welcome to Greyhound Service GX850, travelling from Alice Springs eventually all the way through to Adelaide. So I'm going to be taking you as far as Coober Pedy. So we should arrive at Coober Pedy, all going according to plan, at about 7 o'clock this evening. At that point I'll hop out, one of the Adelaide drivers will take over. Just a couple of things to talk about before we get too far down the road. First of all, seatbelts. So by law they are required for your own safety. Please make sure that you are wearing them at all times. No smoking, vaping or e-cigarettes allowed anywhere on the coach. Now the onboard toilet available for use there. We really like to try and restrict its use to liquid waste if we can. The flushing water is gravity fed, which means it doesn't have a lot of push behind it. And that means that it struggles to move heavy objects. Also, the coach being as confined as it is, anyone does a number 2 in there, it does become a little bit of a shared experience. Now there are some stops along the way where there are roadside facilities you can use, so we always urge you wherever possible to avail of those along the way today. You can have 2 breaks between here and Coober Pedy. One will be at Kulgera. The other break along the way will be at Cadney Park. And even when we get Coober Pedy, if everything goes according to plan, we should arrive there at about 7. The coach departs there at 7:30, so you have got time to wander down to the roadhouse there as well.
Alright, we have left Alice Springs on the way to Adelaide. 20 hours or 19 hours left to go. On this bus, you might have noticed there's only one driver. They swap at Coober Pedy. Instead of having the driver at the back in a little compartment up there, sleeping along the way like they did in Alice Springs. Also, they do the mail run on this one as well, so I don't know what I was expecting out here. I kind of thought it would just be nothingness. I've never been in along this area. I've never been between Adelaide and Darwin, and I've never been across the Nullarbor, but I wasn't expecting it to be as green as it is out there, and also some mountains and stuff around. No buildings or anything, no people, just I was expecting not the Sahara, but barren. Well, kind of is. But yeah, comfortable so far. It is the same bus, I'm sure. The lights don't work. I think the fuse was blown on the bus ride, the last bus ride. So no lights for reading, which is not going to bother me at all. Next stop is in a few hours.
Those few hours were spent enjoying the sunshine and watching the world go by. Our first stop is Stewart's Well. This isn't a passenger stop, but a freight stop, one of many that will be made along the way. If you saw last week's video, you would know the Greyhound also doubles as a mail run. The Alice Springs to Adelaide leg is the same, with us making many mail stops along the way, dropping off packages to remote communities. It's pretty cool if you ask me. They need their post, and the bus drives past daily, and us passengers get to sit and watch. That is kind of all there is to do out here, so I recommend downloading some YouTube to watch in between the excitement of the mail being delivered.
We will be having a short break here, opportunity for food and drinks, stock up on any snacks and things you might think you want or need along the way. Of course, they have toilets you can use here as well.
Kulgera Roadhouse. Smells like cattle trucks. Smell of the outback.
We have half an hour here. It's a standard roadhouse with burgers and lots of fried things. But there is an Aboriginal gallery here, which is quite nice. Kulgera Roadhouse classifies itself as the most central pub in Australia. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. It's also apparently the first and last pub in the Northern Territory.
It is actually the last stop in Northern Territory. From here we go to the South Australia.
For the second leg of the journey today, we continue south, 1,533 kilometres. My ticket for this leg cost me $277. I purchased my ticket through the Greyhound Australian website, greyhound.com.au.
of people getting off the coach at the Indulgena turn-off, and we also have, according to the manifest, 8 additional passengers potentially joining us there. Got one mail delivery along the way between here and Indulgena as well. And from there on to Marla. At Marla I do have to check the mailbox.
If you've ever wondered what a toilet looks like on a Greyhound bus, this is it. Quite simple. I almost got thrown in here. It's quite wobbly. I can't stand up, so definitely don't stand to pee. I know all you women like to do that. I like that the bus drivers say don't do number 2s on the bus, because that to me has always been a unspoken rule. On the last trip they said don't do it at all. They will pull over and find a toilet for you. And on this one, he said please don't use it unless you have to. So I'm hoping no one has to, because it is a shared experience, like he said. Yeah, but this is it. And I'm flying all over the place here, so it's really not comfortable. That's the Greyhound toilet.
The next stop is Indulgena, a remote indigenous community of about 250. This is our first stop in South Australia, and also where the most amount of people got on. After Indulgena, we made a quick mail stop at Marla, and then headed to our second break of the day at Cadney Park.
So once again I'd like to be back on the road by 25 past 5.
All these roadhouses are out in the middle of nowhere, and they all offer a little bit of their own unique charm. Cadney Park Roadhouse is no different, with souvenirs for sale, casual dining, a bar, and lots of old and interesting things all over the place to catch your eye. There's even some snake skin. And a snake?
25 minutes we have here. I just had to grab a little snack. They stopped taking orders kind of 5 minutes in. I think too much of a rush from the bus. It's kind of dinner time, so there's not really much chance to eat if you don't get food and eaten in 25 minutes, but we'll be at Coober Pedy in not too long anyway, so we can get food there. On to the next stop, Coober Pedy.
The landscape has changed now. It's more like I was expecting, a flat, red desert, which makes for a nice desert sunset. Unfortunately, it's set just before we reach Coober Pedy, so you can only just make out the mine pits in the dark. A lot of this town is actually underground, which would have been great to see. I guess I'll just have to come back and explore properly. What do you think? Should I come back here? This isn't an official stop, but a driver change. We have half an hour here to wander across the road to the service station.
We're at Coober Pedy. Apparently this isn't actually a passenger break stop, it's just a driver change stop. There still is half an hour and things over here. Our next stop isn't for 4 hours, so it's not really a dinner time stop, so this should actually be a dinner time stop. But it's a bit of a shame we're in here after dark, because I would have liked to have taken a little bit of a look around, but having said that, I don't really know if we'll even see anything, especially now I'm out of the light. So back on the bus and 4 hours to the next place.
We leave Coober Pedy with our new driver at the helm. There isn't much to see now, except a few glimpses of light at mail stops. There's a few notable mail drops along the way. The best one has to be at Peculiar Knob, and I swear I didn't make that up.
We're 15-minute break when we get to Pimber. If anybody's starting to accumulate any rubbish, can you please dispose of it once we get here? There is recycling bins and rubbish bins.
Now we were told there was a 15-minute break here, so everyone got off, but the driver seemed to have failed to mention that he had to do the mail drop first, so we got yelled at like naughty school kids.
Bus driver said we had 15 minutes here, and then we got off, and then he yelled at us because we got off when he's only checking the mail. But he didn't say that to us. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I did try and sleep for the rest of the night, but it didn't really work out. Every time I almost got to sleep, there seemed to be flashing lights, or we were stopping for a break. A final break for the night was at Port Augusta. So I guess now's a good time to tally up the whole journey and see how much this 3-night bus trip across the centre of Australia actually cost me. My Darwin to Alice Springs leg cost me $282. One night's accommodation in Alice Springs was $125. This overnight bus from Alice Springs to Adelaide was $277. Unlike the Ghan, breakfast, lunch and dinner wasn't included in my journey, so this was paid for by me. I try not to eat too much when I'm on a 20-hour bus ride, but I'll overestimate this at $150. So that's a grand total of $834. An all-inclusive outback experience in a single compartment on the Ghan is $4,690, meaning my poor man's outback experience saved me a whopping $3,856. Woohoo! We make a quick penultimate stop in the outer northern suburbs of Adelaide, before being treated by a beautiful sunrise as we made our arrival into Adelaide bus station.
There's a V-line. I wonder if Larry's on it. Well, I've made it to Adelaide, 20 hours later. I don't think the second leg was as good as the first one, but maybe it's just because I'd already been on a bus for 23 hours. The first bus I definitely liked a bit better. Longer meal breaks and yeah, just a little bit more relaxed, I think. There's Larry, look. So it's a gather round in Adelaide today, or this weekend. And I don't know anything about it. It's a AFL thing. Apparently every AFL team plays in Adelaide. And one thing I do know is that every hotel, even the 3-star ones, were over $1,000 per night. So I'm staying with a friend. 43 hours from Darwin to Adelaide. 3,000 kilometres all the way across the middle of Australia. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. Please remember to like and subscribe. It means a lot. Thanks for watching.